New from Second Sight Films is the 4K Blu-ray limited edition set of When Evil Lurks, a 2023 Argentinian horror film, which is a new one for me. One that hadn't even registered for me thus far, which was a bit of a shame. But I had a silver lining because I was first able to experience this from Second Sight's fantastic new disc, and that was a big win. Now, this is a terrific horror movie full of practical effects, a wonderful story well told that has this rich world building about it, and a great idea of history that has just passed. It's set within a remote village within Argentina when a demon has seized control of one man, and it starts to spread like a plague throughout the local villages. And it's two brothers that are risking everything to try and stop this evil before it completely consumes their lives and the whole community. It escalates to an uncontrollable violence and relentless dread as this just builds upon horrible situation and disgusting image while putting an emotional weight onto these two brothers.
Yo la vi morir, Sabrina, yo la vi morir. Ni siquiera estoy seguro de lo que está pasando. Me estoy volviendo loco, hermano.
The film starts off from a kind of restrained rural setting. It feels barren. It feels almost unlived in. It feels like an almost post-apocalyptic world, which to a certain extent it almost is through drip-fed information that we get later on. And it gradually becomes more physical and emotionally relentless as it starts to continue. The possession isn't about scares, it's about grotesque transformation, the ripple of infection, the moral collapse that we're seeing here. Police are ineffective. Medication won't work. These people are possessed. They are rotten, as the film tells us. And these grotesque images are warped humans who have become vessels for some kind of demon possession. The idea of the virus or the viral outbreak of demonic possessions is a wonderful idea. There are set rules within the film, but nobody seems to know all of them. There are some here and some there. There are some that have been skewed a little bit, but their ignorance is ultimately the damnation of the characters because they don't understand everything that they should do. They are driven by emotion rather than the practical thinking of what they need to do. And it's great. The contagion idea of this is wonderful, whether it leads into the idea of COVID or viruses, how the evil spreads through contact or trauma or just closeness is a wonderful idea. You're never sure who's infected by this evil or what atrocities they're going to do under the influence of this. The pacing is really languid at the start. It's taking its time building up the building blocks of its story as it builds the world's history. But as it moves on, it becomes frenetic, it becomes rushed, it becomes emotional and panic-driven and fueled by this tension that is arising throughout what we're seeing in the film.
Papa?
No! No! Nico!
The performances are grounded in this emotional reality. It feels like everything is hitting these brothers incredibly hard. They're struggling to deal with their actions, the actions of others, what's happening to their loved ones right in front of their very eyes, and how they're almost incapable of stopping this. And it's fueled by this wonderful special effects that are icky and gross in all the right ways. It's not there for shock value. It's not there to be a flamboyant sequence. It's there because it's part of the story. It's something horrible that has happened, and it just fuels this torment that's going on throughout the film. I utterly loved this set, particularly the transfer, which was incredible. Now, Second Sight Films have been doing some incredible work with their transfers. They've all been great. This is absolutely gorgeous detail, perfect HDR, the colour nuance that brings out the sun-scorched village to life is just wonderful. When it gets to those dark sequences of horror, you can almost see the viscera falling off the bones of the victims within this one. Terrific. As always with Second Sight, there is a whole bunch of terrific extras on here. Let's dive in and have a look. Here we are in the disc of When Evil Lurks. Let's go to the extras. First up, we have a commentary with Gabriel Rodriguez. Then we have an interview with director Demián Rugna, which runs for 27 minutes 38 seconds. He's talking about trying to get the film financed, trying to do something different, how genre wasn't really something that was willing to be backed, the success of the film and how it achieved what he was really after. Tragedy is Inevitable, an interview with actor Ezequiel Rodriguez, which runs for 23 minutes 24 seconds. Here he kind of talks about getting the audition, trying for this, how he had just gotten into genre film, how he started to appreciate it by part because of his role in this, how it was something really different. He really had to surrender himself for the performance. Next we have We Made a Movie, an interview with actor Damien Salomon, and this runs for 17 minutes 36 seconds, and he talks about the influence of Terrified on genre cinema in Argentina and how that was really like a watershed moment. Then we have Stripped to the Bone, interview with actor Virginia Garofalo, and this is 18 minutes 42 seconds. Again, she's talking about the auditions, filming a tape at home, sending it in, the success of the film and how it played so well, and how she was proud to be part of it. Then we have Terror and the Unknown in When Evil Lurks, a video essay by Mike Munzer. Runs for 8 minutes 44 seconds, and it's all about how evil is perceived in the film, how the filmmaker shows this and creates the atmosphere as he does. And that is the on-disc extras. But of course, this being Second Sight, we get an absolutely fantastic book with this. It's 118 pages. It has got terrific amount of essays in here. It's even got storyboards and behind the scenes. It's got some great names attached to it, and it is a fantastic read, enriching the film and adding some nuance to some of the threads that I had missed on my initial watch. And that's the extras for When Evil Lurks. There we have it. When Evil Lurks is essential. I would say it's one of the best horror films that I have seen from recent memory here. It's a visceral, modern horror standout, relentlessly physical, emotionally disquieting, and just visually bold. And the Second Sight disc just captures all of this, including the wonderful extras. I absolutely adored this. I would love to know your thoughts on this film. Did you love it, hate it, fall somewhere in the middle? As always, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff, and in the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, manvfilm.com, always in which you can support me. And I also had this wonderful idea and thought, and there was a moment in this movie that just struck a chord with me. So there'll be a short visual essay coming soon to tie in with this. If you've seen the film, look out for that, because it talks about the world building within When Evil Lurks, something that I'm really kind of interested in after seeing this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.